Hello all, welcome to my channel. I've just had this delivered, so I hope to use this on some of the miniatures to speed up the process. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to do that, so I'm going to test it out shortly. But for these sort of figures like the winter coats, then I kind of want to learn the technique of glazing and blending, and I thought maybe the airbrush would be the way forward. So I've got a cheap airbrush. I'll show you that now, that I bought a while back. I think it's a Fender or something like that. It costs about £80 all in, but that actual pen I use really just for basing. I only use it for undercoating, but what I want to do is explore whether I could use an airbrush for doing the finer details of the miniatures. I don't think I'll ever, you're never going to replace the brushes, and I've got a certain brush that I like. I like the Rosemary & Co. Series 33s. I think these are great brushes. As Justin recommended them to me for the miniature painter. I think these are absolutely fantastic. So all my brushes are these. They're not expensive, but anyway, getting back to the airbrush, I'm waffling again. So I've done a little bit of research, and they reckon that the Gaahleri, this GHAD-39 is not a bad price. I only paid £45 for it, and as you can see, as far as the spray or the feed goes of the actual airbrush, it's fine to medium. Medium being the size of the needle. I've gone with 0.35 needle in here. So it's not an expensive airbrush. Some of the ones I've been looking at, you can spend up to £300 just on the pen. I don't want to spend that much to start with, unless it's worthwhile. So I thought I'd invest a little bit more and try this one out. There's been some good reviews on it, so I thought I'd do something I don't normally do, which is a little unboxing on it. So I thought we'll have a look at what it's all about, and then I could actually test it out and see whether it actually will work on the miniatures. So in the box you get basically just to say that every airbrush is tested before it leaves the factory to be delivered to the customer. So there may well be some residue of paint in these, but I've already looked at this and there isn't. And then inside the lid, which is useful, you get a blown up diagram of how the actual pen works and what's inside it, which is nice, especially for cleaning. Yeah, that's useful. And then unlike some other airbrushes that the other airbrush that I had, you get a full list of that's in French. Let's see if there's any in English. Yeah, so you get full instructions in English, which is great. So if I ever need to look at that, I will be able to refer to it. So that's good. And then if we remove this, there it is. That's the actual. Let's just zoom that down. There you go. So in the kit, you got the pen. You got some seals. You got the lube. And then you've got the different sized needle, So that one there is the 0.5 needle, so that would make the spray slightly thicker or wider. Okay, so that's good. And then you get two different hoppers to go into the top here. I'd probably just use this one. So let's have a little look at it. Yeah. And the only thing that people do tend to complain about is, and I'm not sure whether this one's exactly the same, but I have seen some reviews where they say that the paint pools at the bottom of the hopper. I don't know whether that's the case. I'll find out soon enough. But just here, it kind of congregates. It's not a hardship. You can take it out with a cotton bud, but that's the only thing that people seem to complain about, if it is a complaint at all. But the actual pen feels pretty nice. It's quite weighty compared to the one I use now. And I like the fact that this is exposed here. So you can, if you get a blockage in the needle, you can simply pull it back without opening this up, which is nice. And then you got the stopper. So when you wind that in, you can see the trigger moving forward. So you can put a stopper on the actual trigger, so that's nice. I'll keep it wide open because I like to use the finger control for that. And then you've got the quick release here for the actual hose that goes onto the compressor, which I haven't got, but I will get a little adapter for it, so I can just swap out from the one that I showed you earlier to this one. This one will be for the finer details. So but the actual trigger feels very nice. It's a dual action, so you press it to turn the air on so the airflow comes through, and then you pull your finger back and that allows the needle to retract, and that's where the actual paint will come then. So yeah, nice bit of kit. Feels quality. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. So what I'll do is I'll get it set up and then we'll give it a whirl. So what I'm going to do is because I'm batch painting these Russians, what I'm going to try and do is I'll use the flat black, put some in the hopper, and then see if I can do the boots, whether it's fine enough to be able to do those without overspray. So I'll give that a go now and see what happens. That shouldn't happen. Right, that's why. Yeah, so when I was flicking it backwards and forwards, it must have got stuck. So every time I pressed the needle down, the paint was coming out. It's because this was pushed back. So I thought I'd got a duff one then. So you press it down, you let the air, and then you gently pull the trigger back, and then the paint comes out. And then obviously the closer you get, and the more accurate you can be with the application. So I'm going to wind it in because I don't want to be. This is where I'm just testing it on here. Yeah. Sorry about the compressor making a noise, but I think that's about right. So that's about as far as I want to go with it. So I didn't film it, but the actual air gun worked reasonably well. I reverted back to the brush because that's what I know. But as far as doing the base coats and then the colours, the airbrush handled it pretty well. But I get a little bit, you know, I like to tidy things up with a brush, and so I kind of reverted back to that. But as far as the actual figures go, we'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I've experimented with different colours, and I'm still trying to master the glazing and the blending. I think it's getting better, but I used a new colour on the weapons because I felt like the wood effect that I used on the weapons before. Sorry about the shaky camera. But it didn't kind of suit the pictures that I'd seen on Google and on the research. So normally, what I used to use for the weapons was Gore Grunter fur from Citadel. I'll just try and find it, and then yeah. So this one here, I use this one. But I didn't like the look of the actual colour on it, so what I decided to do was research it a bit, and then I bought some what's called new wood, Vallejo new wood. So I bought a whole load of new paint, and I think that new wood looks pretty effective on the weapons, very close to what I've seen. So yeah, so it was a little light going on, and I was a little bit concerned. But then I went over the actual weapon stocks with Agrax Earthshade and let that dry, and I think that's pretty effective. So I'm quite pleased with the effect on those weapons. And then what I did is, you know, you can see the highlights on the great coats, and then I spent quite a bit of time on the faces of the features. I put a little bit of stubble in here and there, and made them look kind of lived in. There's the odd one. This guy here. I mean, yeah, the sculpture on the face. I couldn't do an awful lot with that. And there's one here with half a nose missing somewhere. Yeah. So these ones here. These are the engineers, the assault engineers. So they're the 4 assault engineers. Quite pleased with them. So I've kind of put some snow effect on the top of their helmets, and then put snow at the base of the hems on their great coats. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with them. And then I did a base for this one. Now Gary, and this is my ignorance on the rules of the game, and I'll be completely honest about it. I don't know how to play bolt action, and it's a real bind because I thought I'd base this up. I was going to put, I wanted to put in like some logs and snow on top of the logs. I had a whole load of things in mind, and then Gary said he wanted them on separate bases because I'm guessing that one of these guys can get killed, so it could be taken away. So I've kind of glued them together. But he said, "Don't worry about this one. He'll probably take these off the base and then and base them himself because he likes to do that." So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. I mean that's where I am. Pleased with the airbrush. It helped a lot. Sped a lot of things up for me. So it's not just doing base coats and priming. It enabled me to do quite a bit. It isn't fine enough to do the intricate details of the minis because it's not gonna, for me, whether it's because my control's not good enough or something, or I'm just used to using the brush. I just thought I'd go back to it, and I'm not going to give up on it. I just need to get better with it and maybe experiment until I'm in a better place with it. But I don't think it's wasted money. It's a nice bit of kit. So yeah, but there we go. So all the basins done. All I've got left to do on these now is to varnish them, matte varnish them, which is what I'm going to do next. And then I'm on to the final 10, and then it's a matter of shipping these out to America. So hopefully Gary watches this video and he's pleased with what he sees. I'm not sure if I should be putting any more snow on the base. I kind of got 50-50 with a little bit of kind of frozen dirt and then the snow. I could put some more snow on, it's no problem, but I didn't want to go less is more in my opinion, so I thought I'd leave it there. But that's how it's gone. But thanks for watching. If you got this far, great. If you like the content, you may give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, you may want to do that, and you'll get notifications if you hit the bell notification of any future content that I do. Someone put on as a comment, what was it, promo SM or something like that. Well, listen, I'm being quite honest. I want to kind of grow the channel, and doing commission work along with the YouTube is an ideal thing for me. So it's going in the right way. So I thank everyone for watching. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.